Hello everyone and welcome to this video. So, Gödel said that life basically wasn't logical, you know. It turns out that this is very true, you know. For example, if you don't do anything, people will get annoyed, you know. Whereas if you do too much, people will say you're great, you know. Now, there's a lot of nonsense floating around about incompleteness, you know. I guess you can say that our lives are incomplete, you know. This might have something to do with the disappearance of Christianity from the world, or the degeneration of our religious life in general. You know, I don't belong to any religion, you know, but you know, I do struggle with life's meaninglessness, you know. I don't know if life is meaningless. I mean, yeah. It might be that life is eminently meaningful, you know. But what would you have to do to feel this? You know, what did you have to do to know that life makes sense or something? You know. I for one really like to talk, you know, but what are we gonna talk about, you know? I mean, back in the day, I used to have good conversations with my father, you know, bless his soul, God rest his soul, I mean, he's dead. But, yeah, at some point I could not have conversations with my father anymore, you know, I don't know if it was a situation or just me, but the conversations just didn't happen anymore, and I always regretted that. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, incompleteness, you know. Such a big word in many ways. I mean, yeah, we do things, right? But we also fail at doing things, you know? And, yeah. It seems religion is meant to give a direction to our lives, right? And without religion, we don't really have a direction, you know? I mean, a girl once said to me that success was not a good goal in life, you know? She believed that people were unhappy because they chased after success, you know? But I think the problem with success is that, you know, having a lot of money is not necessarily being successful, you know. I mean, I want this channel to be successful, but I don't have a coherent philosophy, you know. And if I am to be a philosopher, you know, well, things are going to be very hard for me because I don't have a system, you know. I cannot explain how the world works, you know. I mean, I think a lot, you know. I think a lot, but it doesn't bear fruit, you know. So this video is unscripted, I'm not sure if it's a good idea. I think I just want to show you how much I know, in this video. So I'm basically just gonna talk and say as much as possible about things that I know. But I can never think of anything when I think of what I know, I mean, I can say that religion is our systems that deal with the supernatural, our relation to the supernatural. But that's not something I know, right? That's just something I picked up, and it might not even be true, On truth, on the subject of truth, I know that mathematics, for example, deals with certain truths, absolutely certain truths. But that's not even really the case. You can discuss about this, and that's where logic comes in. Now, logic cannot be mathematical. We've already discovered this. This is what Gödel tried to prove, or has proved, or whatever, So, Stoicism has an enormous surge in popularity in this age, But, it doesn't really teach us anything. I mean, it says that we have to be rational, right? But how can we be rational in an irrational universe, I mean, I've done a lot of irrational things in my life. But, they weren't very, they were obviously irrational, there was nothing mysterious about it, It's like, I think it's a bit of an easy thing to say that people's behavior is irrational, I mean, we don't really know what smart people are supposed to be, and I consider myself to be smart, I don't think I've ever done something really stupid, I've done things that I regret, sure, but you can regret the most stupid things, and when you think about it, it often turns out you had perfectly good reason to do those things, Now, I'm crazy, obviously, but, that does not entail that I am stupid, Anyway, I don't know, incompleteness, talking about this. I'm talking about this and I ain't got nothing to say about it, I'm talking about incompleteness because, frankly, I ain't got nothing else to talk about, my life is empty, I don't have a girlfriend, and I don't really know if I want a girlfriend, everybody's so stupid, And that's the thing, I hate so many people, but you shouldn't hate people, I suppose, But, I have such a limited consciousness, I start thinking about these things, and then all I can think about is that I hate someone, even though it's not even the most important thing in my mind at that point, Anyway, It sucks to be smart, I suppose. I mean, but I'm not. I don't think I have a very high IQ. Never tested it, but yeah. I mean, I don't get math at all. But I don't get history at all either. Even though I studied it. Anyway, yeah, history. I mean, Gödel is a figure from history. I know about him because he's famous. He used to take walks with Albert Einstein. And Albert Einstein said that they were the things he enjoyed the most during his week. And, you can wonder whether or not that's sad. I suppose it is sad. I mean, Albert Einstein had a very hard life. He was a deeply sensitive man, and yeah, he liked art. He liked music, literature, etc. And yeah, then he just kind of ended up being a physicist, and this was his passion, I suppose. But yeah, it must have been very it must have been very hard, and physics. Yeah, physics seems like a very hard thing to study. It's a very hard thing to be a scientist in. But yeah, this is why we got math. People want to be good in math. They want to study math. They want to study logic. People want to study philosophy. These are all things. You can also study theology. I want to study theology, but I can't because it's too expensive. I already have a degree, and if you already have a degree, you can't go back to college. I feel like I should have studied theology, but maybe it's for the best. I mean, yeah, life as a priest, as a person or whatever is not free. I mean, yeah, the church places high demands on you, and so on and so forth. Yeah, anyway, I'm not really much of a talker. I don't really know what to talk about, but I want to get viewers on this account, and I figured I can write the most beautiful essays, but nobody will ever ever come and listen to them. Nobody ever come watch the videos because there is no truth. Essays are about, I don't know, perspectives, but getting views is about speaking the truth about something, being the voice of a generation or something. So I figured I'd just make this video in which I try to speak the truth, and which comes down to small talk, obviously. There's no greater truth than small talk, because mathematics is not real, as that girl said. Logic is not logical, and science science is bad, science is bad, you know. I can't say that, obviously. Science is not really bad, but yeah, what is the use of science, I mean, yeah, obviously, we'll say the medical establishment helps us live longer, but, few more deadbeats live longer. What does that really matter, Wealthy people have always been fairly old in history, Of course, there used to be smallpox, that used to kill many, many children. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really like the medical. I don't really like medicine, Yeah. It's like, I mean, I think health is the most important thing, But, medicine is not gonna make you healthy, Yeah, you just have to, you just have to, I don't know, I mean, medicine can make you, what is the word? Can make you fitter, but it cannot make you healthier, I suppose. I mean, you're going to die, Somehow you're gonna die, and yeah, medicine can postpone your death, but it cannot really make your life any better, I know, maybe death's not the end, but that's not a healthy thought either, I suppose. I mean, yeah, you should live in the here and now, That's what the confrontation with death will often teach you, But it's very hard to live in the here and now. And it's not even that rewarding, That's why I think, I think a lot. Because thinking can make the here and now more interesting. It can also remove you from the here and now, which is aggravating usually, but not always, I mean, sometimes, for example, in moments of extreme boredom, the here and now can be very bad, Now, people have said that there is no reason for boredom, Should never be bored or whatever, but I don't know, I think boredom is, I don't know, boredom is inevitable, you're going to get bored at some point. Some people say that it is a result of a lack of mental resources, But it might be the opposite, If you have too much mental resources, you'll get bored too, What are mental resources anyway? I mean, and the more I think about it, the more I tend to think that the mind is just a highly overrated thing, I mean, there doesn't really seem to be that much of a mind in our minds. There's just words, flying around in your mind. And then there is this body that we inhabit. And people think that body is really exciting. They do sports, they do beauty things. But yeah, maybe that body is not so exciting. I mean, it cannot really make the here and now any better. And have you seen those commercials from the Shaolin Temple? I find them very inspiring. When is the time to take control of your life? It is exactly now. Yeah, but it's too expensive. They want like $1,000 or something for an online course. But I'm going to go to a meditation school thing this summer. But I'm not really looking forward to it because, I don't like meditation. I shouldn't have said it to my mother. But I guess I'll just go along with it, and yeah, maybe it'll be fun. Maybe I'll meet someone. I feel like I have to meet people, but I don't really I don't really get along with people. I don't know. I just feel like I'm not in control of my life. I mean, I work, I deliver mail. It's a good job, I suppose. People appreciate what you do. But it's not where my passion lies. My passion lies in writing essays, I suppose. But I can't really concentrate on it, because I don't have anybody who reads it. I could let my mother read it or something, but I never feel like she should be reading it. Really, I just want people to read it and love it and pay me. I mean, if I just had something to do that would get me money, that would be great. But yeah, as I said, I don't have a system. I mean, you can write essays, sure, and I thought I maybe could comment on other videos, with a critical, snarky response or something, or even make videos in which I challenged other YouTubers or something. Yeah, but yeah, you run out of steam so fast because YouTube is so big and most of them are just hipsters and weirdos and assholes and whatnot. But now I've doing this, I don't consider it as an essay, It's not a podcast either. It's just, small talk, And this is why I feel like a little boy lost from Bob Dylan's Visions of Joanna, Because nobody will ever listen to this, But still, this is what it is, right? It's like, if you want to get views on YouTube, you have to speak the truth about something, and that's what I'm trying to do in this video, And as long as I'm busy with this video, I'm too preoccupied to worry, Tomorrow I have to work again. And I'm working on another essay, My first essay was on whether or not life makes sense, My second essay is going to be on why the world is crazy, why everything is crazy, And that's a similar topic, I realize, But this is what I'm thinking of doing. I don't have a system, but I have a lot of thoughts, a lot of ideas, I suppose, And I just, I feel like, all I need is to, mechanize this, I am on YouTube sometimes, and all I find is reviews of movies, and reviews of computer games, everybody's a reviewer these days. And, I really wonder, is there nothing else to life than reviewing movies and watching television and reading a newspaper or whatever, And this is why math is so important for some people. Some people do math, to lose themselves in something. It's infinitely detailed, precise business that you can really become good at. There are scientific institutes dedicated to studying math, I suppose if you're really good at it, it doesn't really differ from writing essays or whatever. But I'm no good at math, and I just want to, I don't know. I don't even really like to talk, as I said. I'm not much of a talker, And this video is also quite hard for me, and I'm not even sure if I'm making a whole lot of sense, But, on the internet you can say almost anything, This is what they told me at the call center also. On the phone you can say anything. I never tried it, But maybe it's true. Maybe you could just say, life is dangerous to someone who was calling to cancel his subscription to a magazine or whatever. And then they would be like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, maybe you could say it. I don't know. But this is how I work on the internet, I just say stuff like life is dangerous, and then just keep talking until I have a decent sized essay or tweet or whatever. I have a Twitter account. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, I like social media, Not really. I don't like Facebook. But yeah, I don't know what I like. I like sharing, communicating with the internet. No. I like communicating. Let's just leave it at that. I don't know. I don't know, what were we talking about? It's like, the meaning of life, It's like, what more is there to life than watching television all day and watching movies all day and playing video games or whatever? I play Tetris on my phone, because every time I play it, I just don't have to think for a while, But now I'm doing this, and this also helps me not think, I don't know, tomorrow after work, and then we'll just see how it goes, I mean, working for the mill is good, but I'd rather do this for a living, just talking, writing essays, writing essays is what I enjoy most, I mean, you can just put some music on, do some research, it's a good way to kill some time, But this is how I'm going to get views, just speaking the truth on the internet, And, what is the truth, Math, I guess. Math and logic and science and small talk, And that's a big part of life when you think about it, I mean, when you're at a party, what do people do? All they do is just talk, and most of it is about their lives, But sometimes somebody says something interesting about science, and everybody discusses that for a while, and that's great, those are the valuable things in life, I mean, of course we should eat, drink, and make merry, but there's not much to be merry about, that's the problem, I mean, what more is there to life than playing games and watching television, There are sports, I guess, but sports is, not that great, I was never into football, and I never joined a football club, and I'm glad, because football is a unhealthy thing, people are too obsessed about it, and they don't approach it well, it's a stupid game, it seems to me. I mean, it's like, what can you do during your day? This is a question I ask myself almost all the time, what to do, And you can listen to music, but that's similar to watching television, and watching movies and playing video games. Listening to music, playing music, it's just like talking, I don't know. it's only a little bit better, you know. And there's work, you know, you can deliver mail, you know. Yeah, but what is that, delivering mail? A robot can deliver mail as well, you know. I mean, what is the added value of letting a human do it, you know? It's basically slave labor, you know. But yeah, I do it because, yeah, I feel like I should make my own money, you know. I guess that's the truth. You know, still, I was on Social Security, you know. I just worked a little bit to get those guys off my back, you know. But I did the minimal amount of work, you know. I only work 3 days. I work part-time, you know. It's better. Oh, tomorrow is another day of work, and I'm not ready, you know, but I'll just struggle through it, you know. And, you know, I can think about math and logic and science and small talk, you know. That's my system for today. You know, but as I say, I don't think that this is what life should be. You know, there should be more to life. You know, okay, there's eating and drinking. Sure. There's sex. You know. But as I said, I don't have a girlfriend, you know. And I feel like there should be something more concrete, you know. I mean, some people, they smoke, you know. It seems to me, you know, if it wasn't so unhealthy, it would be a great way to pass the time, you know. I mean, it's pleasurable, you know. It's it's exciting, you know. There's fire, there's smoke, you know. But it's really unhealthy, you know. I've smoked in my life. I really regret it because I know it's so unhealthy, you know. I mean, I'm still young. I'll probably recover, but I can still think about it sometimes, you know. I wonder how much damage the smoking I did to my lungs, you know. I mean, I only smoked like one pack once, and one time a really heavy cigarette from a girl at a terrace somewhere, you know. But, you know, that really lowered my voice and everything. You know, I was really surprised. Yeah, I think it's really bad. You know, smoking is bad, and yeah, I don't really like people who smoke. You know, I mean, my father, he used to smoke a lot, but then he quit, and he never smoked again. You know, he never smoked while I was young, and he never talked about it. You know, he didn't seem to want it or something. And yeah, that was just a really inspiring example to me. I mean, it's really ingrained in my brain, like, you don't smoke, you know. It's unhealthy, and it's kind of lame also, if you ask me. But if it wasn't so unhealthy, it wouldn't be lame, I suppose. Then it would be kind of nice, or, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think people kind of like it because it is unhealthy, you know. I mean, I used to also burn, what is it called? Incense, you know. That's also very bad. guess. But yeah, it's similar to smoking, I don't know. Smoking is more unhealthy, way more unhealthy, and so on and so forth. Anyway, yeah, what more is there to life than watching television and watching movies and so on and so forth? What more is there to life than delivering mail, I mean, I feel like there's got to be something, There's got to be something that we can do, right? That is interesting and or maybe not interesting, but just all right, Something is all right, I mean, Ecclesiastes says that we should enjoy what we have, we should, just look at these ships here on this picture, Yeah, you could buy a yacht, People say like enjoy your life, buy a yacht, And what can you do with a yacht? You can be out at sea. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It seems like a good way to enjoy what you have. I mean, you can sit at home all day, but that's not enjoying what you have, right? It's hiding almost. If you have a car, you can take your car and drive your car. That's enjoying what you have. Yacht is even better because there's more room. You can walk around. I mean, yeah. Something amazing about sea, I once dreamed about, going to the Naval Officers Academy, I just fancied myself a learned captain, with my books and my ship, But, yeah. As I said, you can't go back to school after you've completed a degree, and I don't know, it's probably really hard work, and I don't know, it doesn't seem that hard to me. It's just like a truck driver, but then more relaxed because you can just walk around. That's what I'm saying, a ship is way more enjoyable than a car because you can walk around and enjoy the view and whatnot. Of course, there's only water to see, but I know we're doing well, right? This is really a lot of small talk, and it's not even, forced or anything. And yeah, this is something about going to the barber or something, that you should talk to the barber. I once heard someone refer to it as philosophizing, I don't think of it that way, I used to talk to the barber, Last time I went to the barber, I did not talk to him, but yeah, it was a very fancy barber, and he put the music on very loud, and yeah, he probably just thought I was a, what do you call that, a slowpoke or something. Whatever, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, yeah. I watched a lot of Let's Plays during my life, and I guess I always thought that at some point, the Let's Player would say something genius. I mean, yeah. I don't know, yeah. I mean, why do we watch Let's Plays, I mean, I don't think that many people watch Let's Plays, but yeah. I feel like it's lazy, you're just too lazy to play a game yourself, you know. I really think it's that. However, yeah, started watching Let's Plays when I didn't have access to my laptop. I used to play quite a lot of games, but yeah, I don't know. I don't feel very relaxed anymore. You need to feel kind of relaxed to play video games. But Tetris is good, right? I can play Tetris all day. I think it's very good. You just play a level of Tetris, and your mind is cleared. And yeah, something like that. I don't know. You know, Still, as I say, I feel like there's something that we should be able to do that gives our life meaning. So, yeah, you can have watching television, etc., etc. But, okay, you also have meditation. Like in the Bhagavad Gita, it says, like, meditate, meditate, meditate. You know, I mean, this is the best thing you can do with your time, supposedly, right? A lot of self-help people, a lot of coaches, life coaches will say this, like, meditate, meditate. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I walk back and forth my room sometimes. I mean, I really feel like meditation is a form of escapism. I mean, you don't really do it because you enjoy it. You just do it because you don't want to face life's challenges. I mean, there's so much to do. In life. You can take a walk outside. You can watch television, read the newspaper, eat something, make coffee, whatever. There's so much to do. And, yeah, meditation is not doing those things. That's really what it is. I mean, of course, people talk about it differently. You talk about it like it is some kind of a relaxation thing. But that's only partly true. Meditation really isn't that relaxing, and it isn't that fulfilling. I mean, yeah. I mean, maybe we're supposed to see it as fulfilling. Maybe if you have the proper instruction from the Buddhist teachers, you will experience it as fulfilling. Maybe that is what enlightenment is. something like you realize that there is truly nothing better to do than just sit around all day, something like that. But yeah, I feel like, you could pray, Praying is a wholly different kind of metaphysical thing, It's like praying doesn't purport to be a fulfilling activity, Praying stems from a kind of despair, Like you have a problem and you think only a supernatural force can save you from it. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. A fulfilling activity. Taking a walk outside is very fulfilling, I find. But it still doesn't really feel like traveling. Traveling might be a fulfilling activity, Traveling. But it still doesn't really seem like a... Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Thank you, I'm sorry. I had to sneeze. Anyway, yeah. Traveling might be a fulfilling activity, but it seems like, we don't want to think, that's the problem. In areas of pleasure, you just don't want to think. Maybe getting a massage is something edifying that we can do, it's supposed to be pleasurable, visiting a sauna, I don't know, visiting a spa, but that's a lot like taking a vacation, it's, I don't know. I don't know, guys. Yeah. It's really weird. And, you could paint. Yeah. But that is also a kind of inauthentic thing to do, Just making pictures of things instead of seeing them with your own eyes. It seems inauthentic somehow. But this is the weird thing about life, as Kierkegaard said, right? Life has to be understood backwards, but it has to be lived forwards, I suppose that is the most logical thing you can ever say, there is no fulfilling activity, because we are stuck in this predicament in which life can only be understood backwards, So you can think and you can do nothing. Really, that's what it comes down to. You can think or you can do nothing. You can look around, but that's not really doing something. You can read, but that's not really possible. You're never really reading. You're just thinking you're reading. Yeah. You could perform a ceremonial ritual. You could light a candle. You could build a house. That's all, production, it's not, something you do. I don't know, with doing, I don't know, I'm thinking more like cooking or getting water from the well. You can fight, That's the truth, You could fight. Maybe that is the painful truth, right? Besides watching television, taking walks, and reading a newspaper, and thinking, I don't know. It seems like the only thing we can do is fight, But yeah, there is no value in fighting, We should not fight, And so we play games or talk, but yeah, maybe we shouldn't do those things either, Yeah. We're not fighting, What is the added value, the specialty of our life, Besides fighting, how can we prove our success, What kind of success can we have in life that is not fighting, if you believe in something, you fight for it. Isn't that right? Fighting is a very fundamental thing. Not to fight is almost to give up, surrender. Not fighting is standing still, acting, right? That is another thing you can do, you know. But what is acting? You know, by God. Is impersonating someone? Is lying? It's forcing yourself to behave in a particular way. You know, what is acting? You know, what is performing? You know, I mean, when we're not fighting, you know, when we're not fighting, what can we perform? How can we take action? You know. I want to know this, you know, before this recording is over, you know. I feel like there should be something that we can do, you know, when we're not fighting, we're playing, you know, we're acting, right? We're not taking things seriously. Isn't that also what acting is? Not taking things seriously, you know, horsing around, as J.D. Salinger called it, you know, joking, comedy. You know, a man can act silly, you know. You can play a clown, you know. What is that, playing a clown, you know? Fooling around, horsing around, performing, you know. And you could juggle, right? That is something you could do. Juggle. That is a thing you can do to fulfill your life, you know. You could stand on one foot. That's all dexterity, you know. That's all finesse. I don't know. I mean, yeah, clowning around is also dangerous, you know. It's a lot like fighting. There's a lot of mock fighting in it. and that can be destructive. You know, it's not so funny when you do it for real. You know, we laugh at the clowns, but it's laughing at someone in misfortune. You know, which you should not do. You know. You can laugh, you know. You can laugh. I mean, this is also a saying attributed to the Buddha, right? That happiness is not the end of the way or something. Happiness is the way. You know? You can wonder, like, yeah. I mean, it's a stupid statement. You know. I mean, man, when it comes to something that we can do, you know. I mean, what does that mean, right, in the context of what we can do? You know. I mean, yeah, you could dance, you know. Dance. It just always seems so tiresome, I must say. Yeah, when we're not fighting, you know, what can we do? Right? We're not talking to people. What can we do? You know, what do animals do? You know, they clean each other, lick each other, chase each other around. You could frolic, right? This is a word that I've discovered some time ago. You can frolic, you know. That means almost the same thing as playing, you know. I can never really think of anything that fits that description, you know. Frolicking. You jump, right? You jump. Is jumping at a fulfilling experience, you know. Seems a lot like sports, right? We already discredited sports. When we're not fighting, what can we do? You know. I mean, you should see it like this: when you're not fighting, you don't believe in anything. You know. What do you do when you don't believe in anything? You know. I suppose then you would sit down like a Buddhist monk all day, you know. If you don't fight, you know. If you don't fight, you just exist, right? Existing, that's what we do when we're not fighting, you know. We just exist. And that is a very empty thing, right? Just existing, you know. As I said, I repeat again, you know, life has to be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards, right? A life without understanding, you know, a life without belief, a life of you know, of tranquility, you know, would in the end amount to nothing more than existence, you know. I mean, is existence something we can do, you wonder? I suppose not, but you know, the thing is, you know, I suppose doing is a relative term, you know. I mean, when you're not doing, you're suffering, right? When you meditate, when you sit on the floor, right, you're also kind of suffering unless you use certain techniques, I suppose. You're just suffering. You know? You're passive. Right? So, yeah. When we're not fighting, we just exist. And how would that express itself? For example, by sitting on the floor doing nothing. Everything is fighting, All that stuff we do. This talking, mathematics, logic, science, small talk, watching television, reading a newspaper, taking walks. It's all fighting. It's all wisdom, I mean, I didn't say it was easy, I just said it would be the truth, Isn't that from the Matrix? I mean, I don't have any peace of mind right now, right? I may sound fairly relaxed, but I'm not, I'm really anxious about going to work tomorrow, Luckily, I don't have to get up very early, But I have to get up, right? I have to get over there. I have to walk around with all that mail. I have to face my boss, And he will probably just say, hey, good morning, have a nice day at work, have a good work, But maybe he will say that I'm not quick enough, That would be bad. But yeah, I could get another job, I suppose, If I truly didn't make it. But, I've been doing this for like 6 months now, Time flies and, I'm getting used to it, I mean, that's the great thing about work. You can get accustomed to it. The thing is, I have difficulty not thinking. That's my final problem for today, I have difficulty not thinking. I'm always thinking. I can't just be in the moment, I wonder if there's a trick. A trick to stop thinking, I mean, sometimes I feel like I really need to, I mean, I'm just suffering, suffering because of the thoughts, and that sucks. I mean, yeah. But there's a lot of things in life that you just cannot control, you know? Like thinking, you know? I mean, yeah, I suppose I should just I mean, yeah, is what I'm saying. This is fighting, you know? Thinking is fighting, you know? Maybe I should just meditate, you know? Just exist for a while, you know? Just stop fighting. I don't know, that's all I got for today, you know? I'm really surprised that it went so well, you know? I think I showed a lot of what I know. I think it was entertaining, you know, but it's not meant to be entertaining, guys. It's just meant to get some views to my channel, you know. I mean, for all clarity, you know, I just want to write essays, you know, but I need, you know, intelligent readers, you know. Well, you know, preferably with a lot of cash, you know. Yeah, so that I can stop working for the mail and do this full time. You know, that would be nice. I mean, yeah, the most important thing is it's what I said. You know, I need intelligent readers with a lot of money. You know, and then, well, you know, you don't need a lot of money. Just, you know, well, you know, you need to have spare money. You know. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, this is all for today, you know. So thank you very much for listening, you know. And subscribe to the channel if you want to, and leave a comment. You know, I'll try to respond if I have time. And thanks again very much for watching. And yeah, you can click the like button. I'd appreciate that, I think. And yeah, I don't know. We'll do this again real soon, you know. I mean, yeah, I gotta get views somehow. Yeah. And I hope we solved some of our existential problems here today, and you know, that we learned something about math and logic and science and small talk, you know. That holy quartinity. I don't know what the word is. A 4 in 1. I don't know. I know it's with great sadness that I depart from you today, but I have to get to bed, and I have to try out what I've learned from myself today, you know. I mean, yeah, what we did here today was, you know, science, partially, you know. Just imagine that, you know. But I am no scientist, I suppose. I'm a master of arts, you know. I'm a professional, I don't know, I'm not really a professional either. I'm just an essayist, I suppose. Although, yeah, that doesn't really cut it either, you know. I don't know, I could go on forever, I suppose. And that's not good, you know, but yeah. I don't know, if you have any thoughts about what my job should be called, you know, let me know in the comments. That'd be nice, you know. I mean, I tend to think philosopher, but yeah, a philosopher doesn't hold expositions like this, you know. Or does he? Yeah, maybe he does. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I am a philosopher. Okay, so have a nice rest of your day, and you know, keep fighting, I guess. All right. Bye bye.